In this video, I want to talk about standard deviation, which is another way to describe the average distance between each data point and the mean of the data. So it tells us how spread out or compact a data set is. So my formula looks like S is equal to the square root of the summation of xi minus x bar squared over n minus 1. So let's look at what each one of these symbols represents. S represents my standard deviation. This capital sigma here, that represents sum. It means I'm going to add up a bunch of things. The xi, these are my data values. So I'm going to have one of these for each one of my data values. X bar is the mean. And n is the number of values. And while this formula can look long and complicated, it's nice to do it in pieces. So let's look at an example. Here I have my data values, and when finding standard deviation, I recommend that you build a table like I'm about to build. For the next step, we need to know the mean. So we add up all of these numbers and divide by the number of things. And if you do, you get 6.6. I won't show the steps in doing that, but I suggest you try for yourself. The next piece of this table is xi minus x bar, so we're going to subtract the data value and the mean. 3 minus 6.6 is minus 3.6. 7 minus 6.6 is 0.4. 4 minus 6.6 is negative 2.6. 9 minus 6.6 is 2.4. 5 minus 6.6 is negative 1.6. We then have negative 2.4 or 2.6 minus 0.6. 10.4 minus 2.6 and 0.4 as we subtract each one of these data values and the mean. For the last column in my table, I'm going to square each one of these values. So negative 3.6 squared is 12.96. 0.4 squared is 0.16. I'm going to go ahead and fill that in down here as well. Negative 2.6 squared is 6.76. And I'll go ahead and fill that in the appropriate places. (2.4) squared is 5.76. Negative 1.6 squared is 2.56. Negative 0.6 squared is 0.36. And finally, 10.4 squared is 108.16. So my next step is to add these numbers that I just found up. So we want to add up this entire column. When we do, we get 150.4. So the formula says we do the square root of this thing I just found, divided by, and the denominator of my formula said n minus 1. So the number of things I have, there are 10 data values here, minus 1. So we have the square root of 16.71, or 4.09. So this would be the standard deviation for this particular data set.